Hey guys, I'm Fairy Princess 5, also known as JD, and I have Grace here.
Oh.
I cannot stress to you how important this video is. It is incredibly important for everyone to understand the circumstances of safety. Today at about 9:30 to 10:30, I was actually in a car collision, and there will be pictures in this video. Luckily, we all had our seatbelts on, and they are what saved us. Basically, we were going up. There was a accident on the A3, so we decided to go Midhurst way. And basically, we were going up a windy hill, and it was snowing and raining at the same time. I don't even understand. It wasn't even sleet. It was snow and rain. Basically, we were going up the hill, and some prick behind us tried to overtake. So my mum put on her brakes, and I was with my friend Kira, who you've also seen in my videos. And it was me in the front, Kira behind me, and my mum obviously driving. Basically, we slowed down and hit black ice, and we ended up swerving. And where the hill is that we're going up, the drop on the left-hand side went like that. It was literally plummet, and there was trees, and we would have, if we went that way, we would have died instantly. We wouldn't be able to survive something like that.
It never reached the road of recovery. I'm so inappropriate, sorry.
Anyway, so what my mum did out of panic was get the steering wheel and swing it to the right, and we ended up crashing into a Land Rover. The airbags went off, but luckily I turned my head, and as you can see, that is part of the damage. I have a black eye and a mark from the airbag exploding on the side of my face. But lucky because of that, I actually didn't have any broken anything. I didn't actually break any bones in my body. I've got really bad legs. I don't know if you can see my bruises. I've got bruises on my arms. They're really big and horrible and bumpy. My legs are bruised. I sprained my ligaments in my legs, and I've hurt my back, but it's not serious. It's just really bad pain. Kira, she wasn't wearing her belt properly. She, instead of having it over the shoulder, she had it around her arm, around it, so it was coming up this way underneath her boobs. Because of that, she ended up having really bad bruised ribs, and also where the buckle was, it grazed and bruised her hip bone. My mum, on the other hand, she's got her ring finger's broken, and her index finger is broken, and her big toe is broken. The reason for why she had her big toe broken was actually because it was squished up into a shoe where the car collided and hit into her. There was more damage on her side, and because my door was open, I instantly got out of the car because I knew that if I stayed in there, it could have been a fire in the car. So I got out, and I was on the floor because I was in shock. Go away, phone. And then basically after that, my mum quickly ran out of the car and immediately went to find me, which made her toe actually break. We got Kira out, and we are all safe. We came out with minor injuries, but it's the fact that everyone thinks it's never going to happen. It happens to everyone, but it's the fact you always think it's not going to happen to me, and that's exactly what I thought. I always thought it would never happen to me, that I'd be in a car crash. I've been in one where I went into a ditch, and that was about it. Nothing happened after that. I went into school. I was fine. That was when I was in year 2.
Like, you think about things like the drummer from Def Leppard, like, he was in a car crash, and he had his arm basically ripped off, and it's just really shocking about what can happen just from, like, the speed of cars going. Like, your life can change as fast as the car is going. It's, like, cars go fast, your life can change just as fast. You've got to really think about that it can happen to you, because it really can, and like it's been seen to happen. It happens every day all around you. You may not notice it or pay attention to it, but it can happen, and it probably will if you don't take the right precautions.
Yeah, seatbelts aren't there for show. They're not to be there to look pretty and glamorous. They are there to save your life, and I cannot stress this anymore because it did save my life. If I didn't wear my seatbelt, I would have gone flying out that window. We ended up the other direction of where we were going. We were supposed to go to Chichester. We ended up back that way. So, car this way, car that way. We ended up back that way. I don't know how that works, but it did. Seatbelts do save your life, and some people don't bother. They say, "No, I'll be fine, I'll be fine." But it's the fact that anything can happen. It could be on a nice, hot, sunny day. The sun can easily blind the driver. People can be reckless drivers, and my mum put her brakes on, and we were going at about 10 miles per hour up a hill, and the car coming towards us was going 30, so it was a 40 car collision. And literally, it was the worst experience of my life, but it's the fact that I took my family for granted. I am so grateful that my brother was not in that car crash, because if my brother was in that car crash, he would have died. And I always used to take my mum for granted, my dad for granted, but it's the fact that now I could not, every day I'm going to say, be safe, I love you, goodbye, I'll see you later, every day. I do not want to ever think about losing my family. And my best friend being in the car, I did not want that to happen to her, but it did. But it's the fact that we survived a crash that could have killed us. I could have died just by the blow of the airbag hitting my face. But because my instant reaction was to turn my face away, I survived it and just got a black eye, a bad back, and a few bruises. But who knows? You could have it worse. You don't know what's going to happen in the next few minutes of being on the road. It could be instant, and you wouldn't know what to do. I'm trained in first aid, so when my mum was having problems with her hands, I told her to take off her rings. It was the most important thing. Even though she cherishes those rings and never takes them off, I told her that she had to take them off because of swelling. The doctors at the hospital she went to actually said they are very proud of me because of me telling her to take them off. She was reluctant at first, but I told her. So please, whatever you do, please pay attention to this video. It's really important. It can literally save your life and your friends' lives and your family's lives. It could save anyone's life. Please be careful out there. It can happen. And it doesn't matter if you think it won't, because I kept thinking that. That was my fault. It would never happen to me. But it did. So from that, I'm going to show you the pictures of the car collision. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know what to say. It's like, this could save your life. Of course you're going to have to fucking enjoy it. Be grateful that I'm telling you this. It's not every day that you find a YouTube channel and the girl is saying, at 16 years old, I was in a car crash, and I'm telling you to be fucking careful. I have now a phobia of big cars. You do not understand how scared I am. So, just be careful out there. It can happen.